Years have passed since the Untamed took the world by storm, yet the names Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo have never truly faded from the spotlight. They are not merely the two lead actors of that iconic drama, they are symbols of a bond that time itself cannot easily break. While the public spotlight has gradually shifted to new stars, there is one thing that continues to burn in the hearts of fans: their relationship. Are they just former colleagues? Or is there something far deeper, something that cannot even be put into words? One moment fans will never forget was when Xiao Zhan, in a backstage interview, paused briefly when asked about his fondest memory during the filming of The Untamed. He bowed his head, a smile lingering on his lips, and simply replied, "There's someone who makes everything feel easy." No name was mentioned, but everyone knows there's only one someone who could make him say that: Wang Yibo. Wang Yibo himself, though known for being cold and reserved, can't truly hide his reaction when Xiao Zhan's name is mentioned. His eyes change, his face softens. A fleeting glimpse of emotion appears and vanishes again, like moonlight obscured by clouds. In a solo promotional interview, when asked about the co-star he felt most emotionally connected to, he answered quickly, he knows who he is. And once again, the public knew. They rarely appear together now. Busy schedules, different projects, and the pressure from China's ruthless entertainment industry have physically separated them. However, behind the scenes, small signs are still clearly visible to the observant eye. For example, Xiao Zhan was seen wearing a jacket identical to Wang Yibo's, a limited edition model owned by only a few people. Or when Yibo quietly liked a fan post featuring a photo of the two of them from the past. What's more heartwarming is how they silently support each other. During Xiao Zhan's solo concert last year, a fan captured the figure of a man wearing a hat and mask sitting in the VIP section, almost unrecognizable, but his movements were too familiar. The way he stood when Xiao Zhan sang a ballad, the way he stared at the stage without blinking. Though never confirmed, most are certain, it was Wang Yibo. What makes this bond so strong isn't just their interactions on camera. It's how they remain present for each other even as the world separates them. They don't need many words. No declarations of love. Just glances, small gestures, and habits that haven't changed since their first day working together. Xiao Zhan, for example, still keeps the small doll Yibo gave him on set, as seen in one of his live streams. In a world filled with manipulation and falseness, such a relationship is an anomaly. They may not walk the red carpet together or flood the public with photos of the two of them, but their silence speaks louder than anyone's screams. And perhaps that is where the beauty lies. They never try to prove anything, because what is real doesn't need to be proven. When asked about the meaning of love, Xiao Zhan once replied, "Love is when you want someone to stay, even when you can't have them." Those words are like an open wound that doesn't bleed. Who is it that he can't have? Who is it that he wants to keep, even if he can't hold them? Loyal fans know the answer. Those who have followed every step, every sign, and every emotional tremor that the camera couldn't hide. They know that no matter how far the distance stretches, their hearts continue to seek each other out, like two magnetic poles that keep being drawn to each other, even if they never touch. Wang Yibo himself isn't someone who's good at expressing his feelings. But when asked if there's someone he still thinks about even after so long without meeting, he only smiles, a rare smile he never gives lightly. And in that smile, fans feel as though time has paused for a moment. There's something that can't be explained by logic. Their relationship isn't just a bromance created for fan service. There is a sincerity that is too pure to be displayed. And perhaps that is why they keep their distance, to protect something too precious from the world's judgmental eyes. They are not just two stars who happen to shine in the same project. They are two souls who met at the right time, grew together, and kept a part of each other in silence. The world may change, but their memories remain intact. To this day, every time Xiao Zhan sings a sad song, his expression seems to be calling out to someone. And every time Wang Yibo talks about the past, he always mentions that some memories cannot be repeated, but they always live on in the heart. Those words echo like an unfinished poem. Will they ever perform together again? No one knows. Perhaps never. But love doesn't always need a stage. True love lives in silence, in the quiet spaces where only two hearts can hear each other. And if one day they decide to speak, to voice what they've been holding inside, the world will pause for a moment to listen to a love story that never dies. But until that day comes, we can only love them from afar, hoping that behind the stage lights and forced smiles, they still hold each other dear, in hearts that have never truly parted. And interestingly, even in their latest works, the shadows of one another still linger. In one of the emotional scenes from Wang Yibo's latest film, the gestures he displays, the way he lowers his head, touches his lips while holding back tears, seem to mirror Xiao Zhan's expressions in a similar scene years ago. It's no coincidence. It's the emotional legacy of a relationship that once grew in silence and never truly died. The same goes for Xiao Zhan. In a photo shoot for a renowned fashion magazine, he chose a hairstyle, leather jacket, and even shoes that closely resembled Wang Yibo's signature style from the early days of his career. Fans immediately noticed. To the average person, it might just be a trend. But for those who know the history, it's a hidden form of tribute, like a whispered longing disguised behind fashion. Moreover, the lyrics in Xiao Zhan's latest solo song seem to hold a deeper message. Lines about waiting for someone whose name cannot be spoken, about love kept in silence, have fans wondering, is this for Yibo? Music is a window to the heart, and these songs are like unsigned letters sent through sound waves. Sometimes love doesn't need hugs or declarations. Love can thrive in the decision to keep a distance for the sake of each other's well-being. And that's what Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo might have been doing all along. Not because they don't want to be together, but because they know the world isn't ready to accept them in their most honest form. So they choose to stay silent and love each other from afar. Amidst the endless rumors, one thing that cannot be denied is how their names are constantly mentioned together, as if the universe itself refuses to separate those two names. In trending topics, in fan art, in fan analyses that never tire of seeking meaning behind every gesture, they are two parts of a story that has yet to be fully written. And if we're honest, isn't the most beautiful love the kind that never fades, even when tested by time? When two people can remain connected without touching each other, when their presence can still be felt even without speaking, it's not just ordinary romance. It's destiny wrapped in silence. The fans, in their silent prayers, only want one thing: for both of them to be happy, together or apart, as long as it's with the love they once shared. Because sometimes, knowing that love once existed is enough to make us believe that this world still holds miracles. And behind every smile they show on camera, we can see the shadow of someone they keep deep within their hearts. Whether it's in Xiao Zhan's eyes, which always seem to hold a story, or in Wang Yibo's confident yet silent stride. One thing is certain, they never truly wanted to part ways. Because true and sincere love will always find its way back, even if it means waiting a lifetime.